Well, one of the major things that we're tracking this year as well, especially at this time of year, one of the year's biggest tech conferences set to officially kick off tomorrow, setting the stage for breakthrough technologies and global innovators. Here for more on what to expect, we've got Yahoo Finance's tech editor Dan Howley, the DH of tech out there in Las Vegas. Dan, set the scene for us.
That's right, Brad. We're here at what is essentially the most influential electronics show of the year. This is CES 2023. We're out in front of one of the main halls here, and we're already seeing some big announcements. Just to give you an idea of the breadth of the types of technology, you'll see here we had Intel yesterday and NVIDIA announcing some really impressive new products. Intel out with what they say is the world's most powerful mobile processor. That's part of their 13th generation HX line of chips. Basically, they're taking a huge swipe at AMD there, their big rival in the chip space, as well as Apple, which left them by the wayside to build their own chips and puts them into their MacBook Pro and MacBook line. NVIDIA, meanwhile, they announced some new mobile processors for graphics. So we're talking about for gamers, for designers. Those are their RTX 40 series of chips. It runs from the RTX 4050 to the RTX 4090. But they also announced some new automotive news. They're going to be working with Foxconn to help that company build its own electric and autonomous cars using NVIDIA's Drive Hyperion platform. It's part of their strategy to get the automotive division really trying to pump forward. Right now, as of Q3, it made $251 million in revenue. That's out of about $5.9 billion in overall revenue. So not really a huge part of the company as far as overall revenue, but they're growing that steadily. And then just to show how far afield these kind of different technologies go, we also had Indy here, the Indy race car teams, showing off what they're doing as far as autonomous Indy cars go. Now, the data there is being collected. They're going to have teams of students from 9 different universities around the world participating in races this week using these autonomous Indy cars going up to speeds of 200 miles per hour around the Las Vegas Speedway. And then on Saturday, they're going to have a final race to see which team has done the best. I was talking to some representatives from the teams yesterday. They were basically saying, look, we have teams from Italy, we have teams from Alabama. They're all going about this their own way. Some want to go faster, some want to be more precise. But all of this data would eventually be used to help autonomous cars on the road. The idea is to say, look, at 200 miles per hour, things are going to handle different. Let's figure out how all of these cars will work in all of these different scenarios, and it'll eventually filter down into us in the long term. So a huge, huge breadth of different types of technologies here, and that's barely scratching the surface.
Dan, while we have you, and I'm glad that you brought up the number of kind of vehicle or car plays that continue to show out at CES, because it's kind of become this quasi-car show, if you will, with some concepts that come forward. Who are some of the brands? Is Tesla, Mercedes, do they still take up space at a CES?
Yeah, Tesla, no, but BMW has they built up their own pavilion in the parking lot. I mean, it's a massive building. We also have Volkswagen, they're debuting concepts here. We have Chevy that's going to be debuting a new vehicle. There's Honda and Sony. They're going to be showing off Sony's first vehicle. It's going to be an electric car. And then this entire hall behind me, it stretches way, way down the block. It's all full of automotive technology. Not just cars, though. I mean, at CES, so you're going to see flying car concepts. A few years back, we had Uber showing off a kind of vertical takeoff and landing vehicle that I guess in the future will ferry us from home to work if we want. It's different types of autonomous boat technology. So, I mean, this show really is become kind of a transportation event. And this hall here, the West Hall, is where it's all going to be going down over the next few days.
I really need some footage of you later waving to us from an autonomous boat, please. Dan Howley, get on that. All right, thanks so much. We look forward to more of your coverage from there.